Hello everyone, and welcome back to Twilight Princess. My name is NBZ, and today we're going to be going to the Snow Peak Mansion to hopefully defeat it and eat things. Eat defeats. Yes, I like to eat defeats, man of the goats. I like to eat the goat. That went weird far too quickly. If you didn't notice, which you probably wouldn't be able to because I'm just jibber-jabbering the usual nonsense that I spurt out when I LP. This isn't live commentary, this is in fact post. I recorded this footage about a week or two ago, and I had a couple of friends around while I was recording. You're probably going to be able to hear them in Uncharted because they're a little bit in the background of Uncharted 3, the last few episodes, from like episode 18 to 21. That's where I recorded up to in that when they were around, and just before that we did Twilight Princess because Twilight Princess is important, and yes, it was fun. So basically, yeah, while they were here we just recorded through the whole of Snow Peak, and you'll hear the live commentary from that, but basically for one episode, I mean, for the first episode, Audacity decided to like fuck up at around like the 10-minute mark or 15-minute mark, and I didn't even notice it until like 12 or 13 minutes into this video. And usually when Audacity fucks up, I have a way of recovering it. I have a recovery tool that I use which deals with it and makes it not a problem for me. But at this point in time, it was really beyond screwed up, so I couldn't recover the audio from this original video thing, so I have to instead bring you post commentary, which is usually worse than live commentary because I have to actually think of things to say instead of just being random and saying anything that comes to my mind. I guess I could do the exact same thing here, but I've already seen this footage, so I know what's going to happen, so it's not like it's going to be any big surprise or anything. I'm just going to be jibber-jabbering, chattering away. But essentially, the episodes following these will all be live commentary, so you don't need to worry about that. Essentially, like at the end of this video, I was like, my commentary, half of my commentary was just me thinking what the hell is going on with Audacity anyway, so it's not like it was anything super duper interesting. Though next time you'll get to hear Bally like on the microphone because I was eating a bagel because I got brought lunch. So I was eating a bagel and I couldn't really commentate while eating this said bagel. So instead, I gave Bally the headset so he's going to be talking while we do the race down the mountain. So that should be fun. And yeah, I can't LP when I'm eating stuff. We already proved this in this LP once already during the Forest Temple when I ate that apple. That wasn't fun. Lots of people weren't too happy about that. So I thought, well, let's not annoy more people. Let's just eat the bagel and just not talk. I mean, I did talk, but, you know, I shouted into the microphone across the room, even though it wasn't really across the room. Whatever. Also, bullshit that you have to hide behind this stupid wall every time to transform. I kept saying that a lot, because it is. It's like, why do the Zoras give a fuck? I'm sure they've seen more messed up things than a man turning into a wolf and vice versa. So, whatever. I didn't really care. So yeah, we're just like looking here, and I saw the Tower of Khazad-dûm or Mount Mordor or whatever the fuck. I know these are real, unreal terms for Lord of the Rings things, but hey, I want to mess up people's minds and make them think that I don't know Lord of the Rings, but actually I know it deeply. I know it well! I do. But no, Hyrule Castle looks cool in that like glass, and I was like really surprised actually that they'd put that much detail in that you could see in the distance. The crystal that encases Hyrule Castle, which is pretty cool. Anyway, we're going to just keep rolling here into the cave where we'll find Ashe, or whatever the hell her name is, seems like she's pretty chilly out here, honestly. It's a pretty cold place, the ice caverns of Snow Peak. Yeah, not the most warm or comfortable environment, I'd say. But yeah, I'm glad they included it because I like having variety like this in Zelda games generally. I do like them when they do that. I mean, honestly, Skyward Sword is great and I like it a lot, but the thing that I feel it lacks is that variety in the environment, and Twilight Princess certainly doesn't do that at all. It has a lot of areas, all the dungeons, I mean, save for a couple, are in very different places, so it's good that they kind of, you know, split it off like that, I guess. It's much more interesting, just dynamically, and I don't know, it's just more fun to look around at. That's the one thing. I just really like Twilight Princess for doing that. I also like it just because you have a lot of items and they're all really varied and very different from one another. So yeah, cool. Also introduced a lot of new items in this game, like the spinner and the ball and chain, load of stuff. It's something I'm very happy with. But anyway, right, what's going on here essentially is I received this letter from Ice Witch Bitch in the Ice Territory, and I have to speak to the Zoras about it, because they're going to be like, hey, you should go show this to the prince, the guy. And I think that the prince is up in the throne room, so I believe that's where I go, up to the throne room. And turns out that he's not there, so I probably should cut this out. You know what, I'm probably going to cut it out, because there's no point in you seeing me. I just told you I went to the throne room, so I'm going to cut that out, and I'll cut to when I go to the actual location, which you'll see very quickly. I'm the king! I am the king on the throne, yay! Okay, so here we are in Kakariko Village, where that is in fact where the guy is, the prince. Prince Rulalis, Ruhi, Ragagin, Rajnan, Ring King Rajnan. Yes, hello, my name is King Rajnan, I am the king of the Zoras. La la la, he's actually a prince. Prince Rajnan. That sounds like a pretty stereotypical Indian name. You know, Indian names are very easy to come up with. You just go like Ra, and then you put like some weird syllable with consonants at the end, and it's usually an Indian name. So, yeah. Anyway, yeah, there's a Poe here that I really could have got a lot earlier than this, but hey, I forgot about the graveyard, and well, here we go. We're here now, so there, it's a dead Poe. I killed it. You happy now? Done? Can we move on? Okay, thanks. Yeah, Poe's relatively painless to get. A lot of the time anyway. I mean, there are some which are kind of annoying and they can cause trouble, and as always, just be a bit of a nuisance, but usually not too much of an issue to deal with. And so now we're going to be able to go straight into whatchamacallit, that one place where you can essentially find the prince, and he can also tell us things about what's going on. And most importantly, he's going to give us something which is going to help us on our quest to actually go and find the snow mountain place, which is nice of him, I guess. You know, we helped his mother and everything, and I mean, we didn't help his mother. His mother actually helped us because she gave us the Zora armor in order to do the quest where we would save the people and other such epitaphs. And here we are, right in front of a fucking grave. No epitaph on this grave, but as you can see on the grave, there's actually like a the symbol, the water symbol. So there you go. That's cool. So this is a special like line and hooker thing, which you essentially just hook. You hook it. Yes. You hook it, and it catches fishes. Catches all the fishes that you could ever dream of. The whole world. Ever. So naturally, of course, we're going to be heading off from our stationed point here, huddling back through that hole, and then we'll just make our way back up to the mountain. Because, well, I mean, we're not going straight up to the ice place, we're going to the area where you access it from, which is actually where he told us to go, because the place where we're going to fish is the Mother and Child Rocks, and they just so happen to be right next to the area we need to go anyway, because, well, you'll see why. You'll see why soon, but very self-explanatory and very fun. Fishing isn't fun though, like, because we're gonna have to fish here, and I took the liberty already of cutting out my failed attempts at fishing, because it's only funny if it's live commentary. If we're just watching footage of me with my thing in the water and pulling it out prematurely, well, that's what she said, pulling it out prematurely each time, this is not going to be fun to watch, so we're not going to do that. Instead, we're going to dive into the water. Oh, look at this, yep, my mid-air change into the Zora armor while I was diving, professional. I like doing that, because that dive is so awesome, like just diving straight off the waterfall. and then you just switch to the Zora armor in midair and you dive under the water instead of just like splashing and being forced back up. But anyway, here are the mother and child rocks. They're supposed to look like a mother and its child. Doesn't really, but hey, whatever floats your boat. So I'm going to skip. As you can see, it went from night to day by the time that I managed to catch this fucking fish. So that can only explain to you how agonizing it was for me. But thankfully, because I'm such a nice and upstanding individual, I decided to cut that out. So, yay, vote for me in the election to be LP president. I'm sure that's a thing. Anyway, I'm going to sniff this fish's ass and learn what it smells like so that I can go follow it to the deepest, darkest ends of the earth. And we're actually going to some pretty light ends of the earth, seeing as we're going to a snow-covered mountain. It's going to get pretty bright out there. But this is pretty much where the video comes to an end. I stop it just before we enter the mountain, and then next time it'll be back to live commentary with a couple of people in the background, and that should be interesting for you guys. So I hope you guys enjoy this episode. Look forward to the next one, which I already rendered, so I should be able to get it up the day after this goes up, so look forward to that. And I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.